Karina, also known as Gaemi, out here in the Philippine Sea, continues to strengthen today and expect to become a strong typhoon as it passes over the southern Japanese islands with some enhanced monsoonal flow in its wake, which is going to create flooding across the west coast of the Philippines. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. A lot to talk about today with this storm in Buchoy moving off towards the west. So let's break this all down. Here's the forecast from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, expecting this to continue to strengthen, potentially up to a very strong typhoon. Maybe not quite super, but it's flirting with it at 120 knots as it moves over Ishigaki and Miyako-jima, with those tropical storm strength winds potentially extending as far out as Okinawa, Naha, Kadena, all our military friends out there. Plus, look at the guidance from JMA, Pagasa, JTWC, and Taiwan Meteorological Agency, all pretty much agreeing it's going to move towards the north and west. I think it could even edge a little bit further towards the west before turning north, but staying offshore of the Philippines and Taiwan for that matter, before eventually moving off maybe towards the east coast of China around Shanghai. But if you're in the Philippines, don't let that fool you. Don't think, oh, well, the center's moving away from me, Robert. I'm good, right? Why should I care? Because we're going to see that enhanced monsoonal flow, the Habagat rain setting up. Now, I compared it to 2012 earlier today, and that's a rough comparison because I think the heaviest of the precip should just be north of Manila, but there's a lot of rain in the forecast. This is from the ECMWF over the next 5 days. Look at the west coast, Vigan, Candon, down through San Fernando, Ilocos Norte. I know you've been very dry out here. 2, 3, some spots 400 millimeters outside of Baguio, just towards the south there. Pangasinan as well as over towards Subic there. I mean, there's a lot of rain. And look at the NCR, Manila area, upwards of 200 millimeters. This is going to cause flooding. I can't stress that enough. Even if you're not under these signal force warnings, which you may not very well see in the Philippines, we are still going to see flooding from this storm. So please, please, please do take proper precautions with this one. I also want to show you this, why I also anticipate this to kind of strengthen up a bit more outside of very warm sea surface temperatures, outflow aloft. It is a channel moving away from this there and there. The technical side of things, you have a low shear environment, you have good outflow aloft, you have very warm sea surface temperatures. Everything alludes to this becoming a powerful storm as it moves towards the north. Now, staying offshore of the Philippines. Also, we're not getting kind of that Fujiwara effect because Buchoy, much weaker storm, well towards the west. If this was closer, it would draw in. You'd kind of get that pinwheel effect here. And you may even be seeing that. That's the reason why it's kind of edging northwest right now, why I think it could still edge a little bit towards the west of the official track. But overall guidance, everything just kind of keeps us just offshore and pulling towards the north. You don't need a full-on direct landfall to still have those big impacts. And we'll get to that in a second for the Philippines. Let's talk about Okinawa, southern Japanese islands, as this moves north. Gaemi, not Karina. We're looking at the JMA forecast. The nomenclature is back and forth. Even the ECMWF model kind of shows this a little bit west of the official track here. I think this is going to continue to edge. That means places like Miyako-jima, Ishigaki, 140 kilometer per hour winds moving overhead. Gale force conditions on the southern end of Okinawa, including around Naha, with heavy rain wrapping around and hitting the mountains of Taiwan, just there around Taipei. Take a look here a little bit closer at the model outlook. You can see your wind speeds, 40, 50 kilometer per hour winds right there into Okinawa as those winds come on shore. Passing right, if I was a storm chaser, I'm sure our friend videographer James Reynolds is going to be at it. That's where I would be going, probably Miyako-jima, based on the current forecast. And then you got Shanghai here, there at the end of the Yangtze River Basin, which is also going to be looking at a full-on powerful typhoon coming on shore. And then the waves. This is not good surfing weather, I'll tell you that. Over 6 to 7 meters high, even along the southern coast of Okinawa. That is dangerous breakers there. Just stay away from the coast over the next few days here as we watch this move on through it. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, being some of the worst of the weather for our friends, places like Okinawa, Miyako, Ishigaki. I think that's going to be kind of the peak of impacts from this storm. Now, if you are a military member, remember JMA, of course, the national official, but just watch out for these core warnings on the island. Those are the official warnings per the U.S. military. Just keep that in mind. Before any arrival of any storm system, I got Tagalog in here because we got a lot of our Philippine friends watching. Know that official information, of course, as I mentioned, the military or JMA, Pagasa, prepare to evacuate if needed, and just make sure you have all those supplies ready to go. Don't wait till the last second to hit up your local stores. Of course, there goes Buchoy off towards the west, impact into Hainan, but that is a fraction of the impact I think this storm's going to have, because I mentioned this moves towards the north, moving across southern Japanese islands. We got those messy conditions there. Not a full-on typhoon at this point in Okinawa, stress that. But look at the river of moisture tailing this. And that is going back to the Philippines. The heavy rain that is going to be setting up here across the west coast. And it's not just afternoon showers. This is going to be persistent over several days. It is just going to be a swamp of moisture setting up here. And watch how the tallies that up as that graphic I showed you earlier. 300, 400, 500 millimeters of total precipitation. Not the type of weather you want to joke around with. You want to keep an eye on that floodwaters here. The potential for that rapid water level rise, especially in places like the Opera River, for example. I think we could be seeing some decent rains out there, and that all the water from the mountains kind of swing down into there, and that's where you could be seeing some of that worst of the flooding. So, of course, Manila, the NCR, heavy rains there, but I think the west coast of Subic, Pangasinan, you get that orographic lifting out here just towards east of San Fernando, and Opera River right there. Look at that. So you get all the water in the mountains here, all the waters in the mountains here, and it just goes down and it gets funneled out. And that's where I think we're probably going to be seeing some of the most dramatic videos from this particular rain event. Now, the Cagayan Valley is still going to see showers, but the mountains are really going to keep you mostly dry. So something just keep in mind there too. All right. Whew. Big, long video today. I'm trying my best to keep you all posted, but a big thanks for everybody on Patreon and the Westpac Weather team who supports the channel. If you find these videos useful, please check it out. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And hit that like and subscribe button. The subscribe buttons, you hear YouTubers say it, I think it's gimmicky, and I promise if we get to 100,000 subscribers, I will stop it. Okay, I will stop. If we get the channel verified, it helps getting the algorithm, and it helps. YouTube takes it more seriously. It's just the way it is. I'm like 60 now, so it's just the way it is. It's how the game works. All right, that's all. Stay safe out there, and as always, thanks for watching.